Today we got some horror reacts. It's Christmas Day. Shemag's day 25, last day of Shemag's horror reacts. We've got a video, Christmas themed. 3 true Christmas horror stories animated. 3 true Christmas horror stories animated. I don't know how true they are, but let's check them out. I've watched, I have watched horror stories on stream before, but this is my first time watching one, like with some animated type stuff. Story 1.
This happened last year, a few days before Christmas. My wife, Julia, and I had to take a last-minute trip to the mall to buy decors and dinner supplies with our son, Danny. The mall...
Decor. Okay, presents? Like the day before Christmas, presents, like, okay, that makes sense. But decor, bro? Like what, like lights and stuff you're doing in the day before Christmas? That doesn't make any sense. Firstly, like, why are you doing that? Why? That's like, during the start of December usually. Put up the lights, tree, decor. What are you talking about? But yeah, let's continue.
was getting crowded each second. I told Danny to keep by my side.
Danny.
But a few seconds later, when I looked down, my son was nowhere to be found. We tore through every store, screaming his name. Dread coiled in my gut. Julia started crying. We were talking to the mall security to help us find Danny when we heard an announcement from their office. Attention shoppers, one of our security personnel has been found dead in the men's restroom.
No way.
Please remain calm and
This is
stay
not real.
inside
There's no
the
way
building.
this is real.
Suddenly, one security personnel showed us footage of another security guy leading Danny by the hand toward the back hallways.
Oh my gosh.
There, that's our son. Call your security.
Look at his face, bro. That's so
That's
cooked.
our son. Call your security
That's so
guy.
cooked.
I watched the guard's face turn pale.
Ew,
He said
bro.
the man in the footage was not their co-worker.
That's
The
someone
uniform
else.
he's wearing
That's the dude that killed the security dude and he took the uniform off him.
actually belonged to the dead guy found in the
Ugh.
bathroom. Julia broke down crying on the floor. My son's helpless, innocent face flashed right in front of my eyes.
Oh,
The
this
cops will
is
be
so
here
bad.
any minute, sir. But I didn't wait. I ran. Sir, wait! He might
Probably
have a
dad,
weapon!
bro.
I didn't care. That was my Danny back there.
That was my Danny. No, that's facts. Like, if you're the dad, bro, like that's valid. Like, you're not gonna, bro. There's some creep with your son, bro.
Pushed through the employees only door and into a narrow concrete hallway. Spotlights were strung along the ceiling, half burnt out, throwing jumpy shadows that moved when I did. I ran past storage rooms full of boxes, and I could hear Danny screaming.
Oh no.
Dad! Dad! I followed his
Yuck,
voice and burst through the door into a big storage room. The man was holding Danny off the ground. His one arm was locked around
he's got
his
a knife,
chest.
bro.
The other pointed a knife at him.
This guy looks disgusting.
Danny's little feet kicked weakly. His face was red from crying. Stay back! He warned.
What is this guy
Let him
on?
go! I could barely get the words out.
I'm
He's
watching
only
this, bro.
6.
Lock in.
Please! I don't care. He's my key to get out of this mall without any trouble from the cops.
Your key, what? Bro, why did you even just pull up and just kill a security dude? Like, what? He's gonna, like, be like, let me get out, or this guy's getting sliced or something.
Danny was crying, shaking really badly. His little hands were stretched towards me. I knew
Bro, Danny gotta lock in, bro. Like, firstly, obviously this ain't good, but, bro, why don't you just stick by your parents, bro? It's not that complicated, kid. And look now, you're at knife point by some psycho that killed someone.
my one wrong move could cost my son's life, so I had to be smart. I raised my arms up and surrendered
Danny
and
selling.
said, Look, you want to get out of here, right? I'll help you. Just let him go and hold me hostage. I promise I'll cooperate. The man scratched his head
That's
with the
smart.
knife, then looked at Danny and back at me. Is this some trick you're trying to play? Because if so, I'll shoot. No! Take me, let him.
You'll shoot, what? Bro, like, what does one take to get this, like, face?
No!
Oh my gosh, look at his, look at his face, bro.
Take me, let him go. Look, the cops are coming. You've got to listen to me, now. My words convinced him, and he let Danny go. He ran towards me with little
Loki, just dip now. Just dip, just dip, just dip. Your son's go, just dip. Dip, dip, dip.
Steps, and I hugged him.
No, genuinely, at this point, why wouldn't you dip? Like, I'm not going to him because he's not, he's not near me. I'm running, closing the door, and then don't let him out. Dip, bro. Like, tell Danny to run off, and who knows? If he gets close enough, you'll just need to fight back somehow. Like, grab something, get a pole or something, hit him across the head.
He was crying, thinking the man could still hurt him.
Run,
but I
bro.
calmed him down and told him.
Why are they just hugging right in front of this psycho with a knife? This guy's already killed someone, bro. And the dad, so the kid you don't know, he doesn't know, but the dad knows because the security guys earlier was like, yeah, one of our security personnel are dead. So you know this guy has already killed someone. Why don't you? I'm dipping, bro. I'm dipping. Danny, run. We're going.
To go back to Mom. Told him that I'll be all right. But just then, I heard running footsteps coming our way.
What is that?
The man grabbed me by the neck and placed the knife on my forehead. The cops burst through the door. Danny.
Why don't the cops have eyes? Secondly, the dad has no survival instincts for himself. Bro, he's like a few feet away. He's not, you've got time to run, but he's just sitting there like an idiot, bro. I would have been gone. I would have told Danny to run, and I don't know. He looks pretty jacked up his face. He doesn't look like he's in good health, so I doubt he's fitter and faster than me. So I'm running, bro. I'm running. If he gets close, bro, and if I'm like, there's lots of shelves, I'm launching everything I can get a hold at that dude, bro. And if he would have did that, bro, they would have been safe because the cops were coming.
Was still there calling out for me.
Oh, this guy's
crying.
so dumb, bro.
One of the cops took him into his lap, while 3 others told the man to let me go. But the man threatened them, saying if anyone tries to stop him, he'd me. I told the officers to first get my kid out of there because I'm all right. When we all walked back to the mall, everyone watched me and the guy with fear and suspense in their eyes.
Where's the sniper
The cops were negotiating, but the man who had been a runaway convict wasn't falling for any of their words. My wife screamed from the crowd, seeing
so
me.
dumb.
I was a little relieved to find Danny back with Julia, but I knew it broke her. She got her son back, but put her husband in danger instead. It was like her life traded fear with fear. The convict told me to head for the exit without doing anything foolish. "One mistake, and I'll blow off his head!" I nodded and started walking away slowly. The cops had their guns at him, but couldn't do anything because...
Okay, one thing that's getting me, why does he keep saying blow off my head and shoot? Like, he doesn't have a gun, bro.
My life was hanging by a thread. We were about to get inside the elevator when I noticed this big metal Christmas star hanging right inside the elevator. An idea clicked in my mind.
What's the idea?
The man hit me on the head with the knife and shouted, "Get in! You're coming with me, remember?" I got in, but just before the elevator door closed, I noticed the man laughing at the cops. He thought he won.
Bro, this is so dumb. Because at that point, if you're in the elevator just with him, bro, like, you're just cooked. And he's got his arms free. Why don't you, like, grab his hand. Get the knife off him.
His pride distracted
That
him for
is
a few
so dumb,
seconds,
bro.
and that's when I snatched the star from the ceiling and stabbed him in the right eye
No
with its
way.
pointy peak. He screamed in pain, and the knife fell out of his
That's so
hand.
cap.
The cops swarmed in and pinned him down to the ground.
With this
It
Christmas
happened so
star.
fast and quickly that everyone stayed silent for minutes. Finally,
Bro, if this guy was that quick, why couldn't he just grab the knife earlier? If he's that quick.
I was reunited with my family. Danny came
guy's
running
dumb,
at me. While hugging me, the poor kid kept apologizing. "I'm sorry, Daddy. I shouldn't have left you."
I mean,
Shh, don't
he right
say
though.
that. You're safe. That's all that matters.
I mean, he right
Were
though.
you
He shouldn't have
scared?
left.
Terrified. But seeing you, I'd give my whole life for you. Will you always protect me? Always. I promise.
Bro, wrap this up, bro. It's done. Why is his eyes so big? You got bug eyes, this kid.
That day, I could have lied to Danny, telling him how I don't scare easy or how big of a hero I am. But if you ask me, I think it's better to tell our kids the truth. It's better
That's
to let
so
them know
cap.
that
Look at
parents
this
are
guy's
human
face,
too,
bro.
and they can make mistakes as well. This teaches your kid to respect your decisions.
story too.
Last year on Christmas, something happened to me
Christmas
that I'm still
Day.
trying to process. I study in college and decided to visit my family at the last moment on Christmas
Bro, are these
Eve.
vids AI
Driving down
generated?
the highway amidst a blizzard was probably the dumbest decision I ever took in my life. After half an hour of difficult driving, my car gave up on me at Highway 9. The blizzard got worse, and within minutes I was stranded with no signal, miles from home, and the temperature was dropping fast. I sat there for maybe 20 minutes, watching snow pile up on the windshield, trying to catch even one bar of service while the cold crept in. That's when I saw headlights cutting through the storm.
Whoa.
A pickup truck pulled up behind me. It was old and beat up, covered in blinking Christmas lights like someone had gone crazy at a dollar store. There was even a wreath wired to the grill, the kind you hang on a front door.
That's cool.
Through the snow, I could just barely make out the driver.
Is that the freaking
When he
Grinch?
leaned out the window, I almost laughed, seeing him wearing a Grinch costume. Need a ride, kid? Yes, thank you so much. Hop in. Can't leave you out here on Christmas.
I think that's a costume.
I grabbed my phone and wallet and climbed into the passenger seat. The truck smelled like pine cleaner mixed with something metallic underneath.
Metallic?
The dashboard had candy canes duct taped everywhere.
What? Why did you just
Thanks for stopping. Sure thing. We drove in silence for a minute before he spoke again. You know what I hate about Christmas?
Oh no.
What? All that fake cheer. Families pretending they like each other.
Ooh.
Kids screaming for toys that'll break in a week.
Bro, that's low-key true, the fake cheer. Like, I feel like Christmas is pretty good. Gets everyone in a good mood, you know, start the new year on a happy note and stuff. But that's true. Sometimes they be acting, bro.
Laughed nervously. No wonder you're dressed as the Grinch. He laughed. I also thought he was just playing the part. I forced out a chuckle too, because what else was I supposed to do? Where are we going? I asked, suddenly alert, as he drove past the turn to the town.
Oh yeah, you're done.
You're my Christmas guest, kid. His gloved hands squeezed the wheel. The Grinch doesn't like spending it alone anymore. My stomach dropped. Actually, my parents are waiting for... Let them wait! Where were they when you stood next to that broken car? Huh? The way he said it made my mouth go dry. The roads are dangerous tonight, he chirped. Better if you stay with me. We can have Christmas dinner together. I've been preparing something special.
Oh, this guy's a creep.
I watched his hand move toward the glove compartment. He popped it open. A knife was sitting inside next to a candy cane. The blade was dark with something that definitely wasn't rust.
Yeah.
That's for carving the Christmas roast. I've been planning this dinner for weeks. My heartbeat got faster. We were slowing down.
Christmas roast, he says. Why would he just have a blade knife just in his glove box? Christmas roast, really?
Now, getting close to this patch of dense woods on the left side of the road. There weren't any houses.
To be honest, bro, I don't know how fast he was going, but say like 30 kilometers per hour or something like that. I don't know, it depends. Because this guy's a psych, like he's a creep. Like, I might just send it like... I think if there's grass... Oh, no, if it's snowy, low-key, if it looks snowy and it's pretty clear, I'm jumping out the freaking door. I'm jumping out. I know some creeps, I've heard stories, like real-life stories about serial killers and that. They, like, have child lock on the passenger doors, or they just full on remove the handle to open it. The latch, they full on remove it. But if you can jump out, like, open the door and jump out, I'm jumping out, bro. I'm jumping out, and I'm dipping. I don't care.
Or lights, except his truck's blinding decorations. You ever carve a roast, kid? He picked up the knife, still driving with one hand. It's an art. You have to know exactly where to cut. I didn't think.
Jump.
I yanked up the door lock and threw myself against the door.
Fast, yeah.
It flew open, and I rolled out onto the snow-covered road. Pain
Run.
shot through my shoulder and hip as I hit
Run.
the pavement. The truck's brake lights went red. I got to my feet and ran toward the tree line. I heard the truck's engine rev behind me. I looked back and saw it
Bro, it's low-key cooked though, because it's snowing. You're in the freaking woods, bro. Like, what are you meant to do? You have nothing.
reversing. He was coming back.
Bro, and it's so, if you're trying to run away, it's so easy for them to track you down when it's snowing because there's obviously footprints through the snow. Like, they can easily follow you through the snow.
Ran into the woods, grimacing every time the branches whipped my face. The snow was knee-deep, and every step felt impossible. I could hear the truck's engine getting louder. Then, the headlights hit me. He'd driven off the road and was crashing through the trees after me.
No way.
The Christmas lights blinked like
crashing through trees, bro. How weak are these trees, bro? Bro, run towards a giant tree. They're not crashing through that.
crazy as the truck bounced over roots and rocks. I cut left hard. The truck tried to follow, but clipped a tree. I didn't stop to check and kept running. My lungs burned from the cold.
He needs to find a road though, because then you can low-key lose him. Like, if it's a road and there's like without snow on it, like you can escape. Like, yeah. But if it's just snow, they can follow you easily.
Air. The truck was catching up. I could hear him laughing over the engine. The bumper was maybe 10 feet behind me when my foot caught a root hidden under the snow. I went down face first into a drift. I rolled onto my back just in time to see the truck's grill coming right at me. The truck was maybe 3 feet away when sirens went off from somewhere close. Red and blue lights flashed through the trees. The truck slammed on its brakes, skidded in the snow, and stopped inches from my legs. Through the windshield, I could see him staring at me. Before driving away in the opposite direction, he put out his head from the window and yelled,
"Ew.
Merry Christmas! Enjoy it while you still can!" I just lay there in the snow for God knows how long. Then, I heard sirens in the distance. A highway patrol SUV came through the trees.
Please tell me you got the number plate. Most likely, if this guy's out here killing people, he's probably got fake plates on his car too.
The spotlight swept across me. The officer jumped out. "You okay, kid? We got a call about a vehicle driving erratically." "He tried to kill me." I couldn't stop shaking. "He was wearing a Grinch costume, and he had a knife." They found my car where I'd left it, covered in snow. Found tire tracks leading into the woods, but the truck was gone. The officers said they'd been patrolling nearby after reports of a decorated truck driving recklessly. They never found him, despite countless reports from other drivers.
He must have
a truck covered in Christmas lights had followed them for miles before turning off.
Yuck.
They never found the knife, the costume, or any proof he'd existed at all, except for the tire tracks and my bruises. I don't drive on Christmas Eve anymore. Don't even like seeing Christmas lights on cars. And every time I see someone in a Grinch costume, even at a mall with kids around, I leave. Because I know he's still out there somewhere, driving that beat-up truck with its blinking lights, looking for Christmas guests who won't make it.
Yuck. Bro, that's valid. If that happened to me, I would probably be the same. And wherever he is, I don't know if he's visiting or that's where he lives. I'm never going there again, and I'm staying very far from that part of the world.
At home.
Story 3.
I grew up bouncing between foster homes. So when I finally got my nursing certificate at 26, working at Meadowbrook Senior Living felt just right. I knew what it was like to have nobody, and I wanted to be there for people who did. Most of the residents were sweet. Some got a little confused at times, but they laughed and lived. Except for Bob. He was 68 and usually kept to himself.
Bob looks Italian.
His file mentioned occasional psychotic episodes, but the few times I'd looked after him, he seemed fine. At Christmas Eve, Marion, the activities director, had organized a party. Each resident's family had sent gifts, and we were all gathered in the common room passing them out. It was supposed to lift spirits during the holidays. The party started at 6. The residents sat in a circle.
Bro, this looks so freaking sad. What? Why is the room empty? There's nothing on the walls. And it's not even like a freaking good circle. Like, why? Well, what is the setup? They got a tree there. This tree looks gigantic. Presents completely empty. Bro, get in a little circle, bro. Like, what is this?
Passing gifts and laughing along to an old Bing Crosby track playing through the speakers. Bob sat across from me, still as stone, with a faint smile on his face that didn't quite reach his eyes.
Bob definitely Italian.
Mrs. Patterson opened hers first. Her daughter had sent a nice scarf. Mr. Rodriguez got slippers. Rena's uncle had sent her books and candy. Nearly everyone got thoughtful presents. Then, Marion handed Bob his gift.
What did Bob get?
It was a small box wrapped in red paper with a gold bow. His
Ooh.
hand shook as he took it. He peeled back the paper slowly, like he already knew what was inside and was
Is it
dreading
something
it.
weird?
When he lifted the lid, his whole expression shifted. Inside was a man's leather belt.
A belt.
It was flashy and looked expensive. For a few seconds, Bob just stared at the belt like it
What's
was
up,
a
Jelly?
snake curled up in that box. Then, he screamed and threw the box across the room.
What is
Bob!
wrong with it?
Marion shouted, but he wasn't hearing anything. He grabbed one of the caregivers and shoved her
Bro.
so hard she hit the floor. His knees pinned her down
Bro, hit this guy in the
as his
freaking head.
hands locked around her throat. All the while, he kept screaming.
Okay, good job. There's people here. Is this guy freaking cracking? What's up with this guys? Who are these guys? Oh, what is she gonna do? Inject him with something?
It took 3 of us to pull him off. Even then, he kept thrashing, trying to get back to her. Marion had to call for the sedative. They dragged
know what
him
you're
to
talking
his
about, Jelly.
room after that. The party was over.
Bro, you know what his hair looks like? You know the guys that go to Turkey for a hair transplant? That's what this looks like. Like his hair. Like after they get a hair transplant and they get hair from different part and put it in there, and it's like mad patchy. That's what this looks like. It looks like he got this done to his entire head.
Everyone was shaken. Jenny had bruises on her neck, but said she was fine. I couldn't sleep that night. I kept seeing Bob's face when he opened that box, the pure terror in his eyes before the rage took over. At around 2 in the morning, I woke up to heart-wrenching sobs from the
What is
east
Bob
wing.
talking about?
I found Bob in a dark corner near the supply closet, curled up on the floor. Tears ran down his face as he whispered his wife's name.
His wife's name, bro. This all happened. This all started happening because he saw a belt in the box.
Over and over. Margaret. I'm sorry, Margaret.
Margaret.
Bob,
I knelt carefully, keeping a safe distance from him.
it's Ruthie.
Bro, after what Bob did, and if I was one of these girls, bro, I would not be in the same room as him alone, bro.
What's wrong?
He looked up, and his face just crumpled. He won't let me forget, Ruthie. He promised he'd never let me forget.
What
Who
Who?
won't let you forget what?
My son, Carl. He won't ever let me get over it. I sat down next to him.
Did he kill his wife?
What happened, Bob?
He rocked
No,
back
he
and
didn't.
forth, arms wrapped around himself. The cardiac arrest took Margaret 3 years ago. She was the only good thing in my life. And when she went... He swallowed hard. Carl got worse.
Worse how?
What it is? It's Carla's son.
Boy was trouble since he could walk. Ran with the wrong crowd. Drank young. He stole from me more than once. Margaret always took his side.
Oh,
said
nah.
he'd grow out of it. After
Bro, that's dumb. R.I.P. to Margaret, but like, if your son's doing that, you can't just be like, oh no, my son would never do that. No, my son's he's a good boy. Bro, I know. Like, this happens a lot. Like, some parents, even though their kids are obviously doing some whack stuff, they're like, oh no, he's good. He'll get better. Like, frick off, bro. R.I.P. though.
she passed, there was no one left to pull him back. My stomach tightened. He cleaned out my savings on booze and cards. When I
No
tried
way.
to stop him, Bob's voice went low, almost a whisper. He turned mean, started using his belt on me.
What?
I felt sick. He'd come over drunk, drag me out of bed, and beat me with it. Said I deserved it for being a terrible father, for not giving him enough money, for
What?
still
This guy's a
being
piece of
alive when
crap.
his mother wasn't. Tears were streaming down Bob's face now. I tried calling the police once. He laughed, said who'd believe me, that I was just a crazy old man with dementia.
Bob, we need to tell someone. If Carl's been hurting you,
He's a lawyer, Ruthie. Knows
He's a
exactly how
lawyer.
far he can go without leaving marks that last. And he's got everyone convinced I'm losing my mind.
No
Bob
way.
looked at me with hollow eyes.
So that's why he crashed out, because that's the belt his son would hit him with. Bro, this guy's something else. Doing this to your own dad, bro? Like, come on. But why can't he just leave? I mean, yeah, he said the son's a lawyer, so he's pretty smart. And he got everyone thinking that he's just a crazy old man. So if he try to leave, they'll be like, oh no, he doesn't know what he's doing, stuff like that.
Every Christmas he sends me that belt, just to remind me that Margaret's gone, and I'm at his mercy now.
This is abuse. There are laws.
Nobody will believe me. He made sure of that. Got to my doctor to document episodes.
No
Got
way.
the staff here thinking I'm unstable. He's been building his case for years. I waited for Bob
Screw
to
this
stop
guy, bro.
crying before I went back to my locker and found that belt Marion had put there. I stared at it for a long time before calling the police. They came, took our statements, and bagged the belt as evidence. But Bob was right. Carl really had everything figured. He showed up the next morning in an expensive suit, calm as anything. He listened to everything with a small smile. My father has documented psychotic episodes. This is
guy's an actual
obviously a
maniac,
delusion.
bro.
I'm concerned about the quality of care here if staff members are encouraging these fantasies. The administration bought his story. I was
No
reprimanded
way.
for causing unnecessary distress and basically forced to quit. I couldn't stay there anyway. Couldn't look at Bob knowing he was trapped, and Carl would do it again next Christmas, and the one after that. For however many years Bob
Bro,
had
this
left,
guy's a
I still
weirdo.
think about Bob in that dark corner, crying over his dead wife, trapped by the son she'd protected her whole life. How
Bro,
Carl
that's an
turned
L,
his
bro. Carl just, bro, this piece of crap just kept getting away with it because his mom enabled this crap, bro. That's freaking bad.
grief into a weapon. How nobody believed the old man breaking down at Christmas. Sometimes the real monsters wear expensive suits and know exactly which laws protect them.
Crazy. Crazy, bro. That's the end of the vid.